Hey everyone, I just wanted to show off a agentic scraper that I've been making. What it does is calls this API in here, the data for SEO API, gets the latest SERP data, and then performs a prompt that you asked of it based on that current data. And then it'll process this data for this specific info and analyze that info and create an SEO brief out of it. Now you can actually do anything you want with it in terms of the content you're going to make, since this is just pure Python code. For right now, this will serve my purposes for this query. And I'm going to say who is the most recent president in the US. So that should return just Donald Trump. And the LLM, like I said, won't know it because it's too new in its base info. So we can see that this is the search from my PC onto the Chrome directly, and in the aggregated results, this is what we're getting here. So it's not gonna like you see guides.lock.gov right here, guides.lock.gov, and presidency.usbc. So it's basically the same thing. And then it's gonna process all these URLs. And remember, so this is processing all of this stuff and getting you the best results. So it would be really hard to as a human to go through each one of those and look through all that information to get the right points and the right data sets and then organize it properly. So this is doing that all for you. And yeah, it's getting it way faster than you could. Of course, the query is simple enough that you wouldn't necessarily need to do that because it's right here. But this is getting a bunch more side info as well. It's doing what's called deep research and really kind of maxing it out to get the blog content brief for a content specialist, basically. So we can see this. This might not have updated from the last one. Let's give it a second. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna search for Trump, 21st century. Let's say Donald Trump, who assumed office on January 20th, 2025, is counted as the 45th and 47th president. So it's getting factual, up-to-date information. The incumbent president is Donald Trump, who assumed office again, and it's giving you information surrounding it and a full blog outline. Maybe a little bit better optimized, but you can train it to be better optimized as much as you want. And this is really just for suggestions for a query, basically. So it's templating one outline for the whole query. Yeah, and you can say create one. You can say SEO blog outline that directly answers the prompt earlier on. Okay, in the blog outline, based on the content, include exact sessions or sections, blah blah blah. So now it should answer it more specifically to that. And instead of saying, "Give me a table format for the primary keywords," so you can see here that we have a table format sorted by primary, secondary, and long tail keywords. I'm going to say I want a list. So once you get the template down, it's very reliable in terms of what it does. It may not be exactly reliable, but it's enough that you can go in and not have to worry about changing too much of it if you were, say, using this at your job. So we're going to do a new search result, and we're just going to say how to jog a 10K race faster. Say if you wanted to improve your 10K time. And it's going to go through the same process. It's going to get all the URLs and see some aren't available to be scraped, but that's all right because a lot of them are. And you only need like one accurate article to actually generate a right answer. But this way you're training it on multiple articles. So it's presumably you would not just get the right answer, you get a bunch of right answers surrounding that query, which would give you multiple points of view because you'd almost never get all the information you need just from going to one URL. Depending, like for something like this, for like how to train for 10K, you would definitely want more information on it than just one URL. So it's already done, and it should be saved by now. And you can see it's changed. Now everything's about running, and we have the title, the meta description, URL suggestion, training, fastest 10K plans. So I'd say that's pretty decent. You have the content outline. I'm sure it only gave you 3 headings. It might have been confused a bit on how I worded it. But you have the primary and secondary keywords and all that fun stuff, sources specifically to what was searched. And these are real websites, of course, because that's what was searched. And you even have an example of keywords and headings linked to other articles. You can say, for more reference, check out our 10K preparation guide. So that's a in context example of a natural anchor. Add alt text images. So 10K plan chart, assuming you made a chart that had all that fun stuff in there. You could even include things like pace calculators to increase on-page engagement time and a whole bunch of other stuff. And this can be done with literally any topic you want, any subject you want. We can even do something like how to cook a steak rare. And you can, like I said, you could change it from an SEO content brief to something maybe like a research paper if you're doing that, or just kind of anything you wanted to use. You can even make like a program to prompt up against different things individually for that. I've done that before, where you have a GUI that had a prompt, and you can get really specific examples from the same thing. It's kind of hard to explain right now, but yeah, it's you can do a lot while you have augmented data to use, instead of just what the URL is having and just having to trust the URL, or just having to trust the LLM, I mean. So that did not quite get updated yet. There we go. So now we have oven cooked steak, easy recipes, and tips. Yeah. And it's going to have the ingredients and the step-by-step and the recipe tips, long tail, all the different keyword opportunities, and everything is the same, similar to as before. So like I was saying, there's better ways of structuring the output. Like you can use something called a Zod framework, but this is working out pretty well for me, and it's pretty quick. Even if I just wanted to kind of format the output a little bit more really quickly, I could just go to ChatGPT and say, please make the format better. And then it'll give me a full format of everything else. So yeah, that's the whole scraper that I've been making for right now. I plan on doing like training the output a lot better as I go, but it's a work in progress. You can only do so many things so quickly, and you don't know what you don't know, basically. And like this, since there is a brand name in here, you can change that and dictate it to say not use brand names in the title. I'm not going to use the same search again, but yeah, if I went in here, I could just go to one meta title. I could even say like use a specific name, like use your website.com in the title, and then you could use your company name, and then that will print that specifically in there. It's pretty good at following directions, not exactly perfect, but it's about, I'd say, like much more accurate than it was before, and I can actually use it now to get pretty decent data at a good cost. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I appreciate it.